This is the first official video on this channel, so I would just like to take a moment, just congratulations or thank you, but just take a moment.
Alone at the edge of a universe, humming a tune, for merely dreaming we were snow. A siren sound.
Moment of silence is over. This first video is people are probably gonna see it and be like, what? How can you think that? How can you say that Spider-Man No Way Home is not a good movie? And first you gotta hear me out. Yes, Spider-Man No Way Home is not all that is, people crack it up to be.
It's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say that.
As far as, the movie itself goes, yeah, sure, it's not a bad movie. But once you start to think about it, and once you start to think about what they're really giving you, the information that they're telling you, you're gonna slowly realize this movie is not great. I mean, this movie basically just tried to play us as fucking retarded. And it tried to, convince me that Spider-Man saved these villains from dying by taking away their powers.
Don't tell Harry.
Which, that does sound like a Spider-Man thing to do. That does sound like a smart thing to do. That does sound like something he would do, until you break it down and realize this was one of those things where he couldn't do anything. And I get that the whole premise of Spider-Man is, well, he's gonna try to do anything even if he knows that it won't help. Well, yeah, sure, but they just tried to tell me that this nigga Spider-Man was saving lives by curing the villains. And that's something that I could believe if I quite literally didn't have any brain cells and if I didn't see them die already. And this is basically what they're trying to tell us. Towards the end of each movie, whether it be Spider-Man 2 or The Amazing Spider-Man 2 or Spider-Man 1, towards the end of these movies, the characters that die, so Electro, Doc Ock, and Green Goblin, their statement is right before they die. So right as Goblin gets impaled, right as Doc Ock is falling into the river, etc., etc., as they are dying, they get transferred over to a new world, and now they're just okay. Which, that doesn't make sense to me, especially for Green Goblin. You know what? Doc Ock, I could believe that bullshit. Electro, his body was literally made of electricity, but now he's just a sexy man. So, you know what? Cool. I guess I can believe that. What I will not believe is that you're telling me Green Goblin came back to life and didn't have no types of marks, scars. He didn't. If we want to be realistic, as soon as he comes to the new world, he's going to bleed out and die right there because he's still going to have two holes in his stomach, two fat ass holes in his stomach. He's going to have a glider sitting inside of him. But you know what? Fine. We're just going to let all that pass. I'm not even going to lie to y'all, bro. I had a bunch of audio footage left and that shit, it's not there anymore. So this is the end of the video, but I did want to point out something funny in Spider-Man 1. I was watching a clip of something like the end of Spider-Man 1 or something like that. It was where Green Goblin had tried to sick his glider onto Spider-Man, and somebody pointed out the fact that since Green Goblin has multiple personality disorder, literally he came back as the Green Goblin for a second just to try to kill Spider-Man, and as soon as he realized that the glider was gonna poke him, he switched back to Harry Osborn. That shit was really funny when I realized it. So the Green Goblin didn't have to feel any pain, while Harry had to feel all of it.
Godspeed, Spider-Man.
Oh.